Hey everybody, it's tequila time. This is an update video for a couple of things. Number one, this will come out on Wednesday at noon Central Time. So I'm giving you the last heads up for the Kansas City Tequila Hunter bottle share at Old Shawnee Pizza. I believe this is. I'll put the newest poster up. I think it's starting at 6. That's better because we get more done. Like I said, I will put the new poster up for that. Bring a bottle, come and just check it out. I mean, if you've never drank tequila before, if you've drank tequila before, this is a great time to introduce yourself, for us to introduce us as a club to you. We are very excited about new members, no matter their experience. I don't want to put it this way. We'll learn you. It's a great community to join. You get to learn a lot about tequila, how it's grown, how it's made, the different expressions of it, and how each one is completely different from the other, using 3 basic ingredients. So please come. If you are somewhat of an experienced tequila drinker, bring your favorite bottle. Bring it to share. Like I said, I'm bringing 5 bottles. I got an update today from a friend of mine and said that. Just a second. Where's it at? I know I have some up here somewhere. Okay, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. I thought I did. Yeyo. It's they started out they started out at Total Wine, and they are now through other stores, especially on the Kansas side. They have a new French oak and Yeyo that is out, and my sources tell me it has made it to Total Wine. This new and Yeyo is done in French oak. It's darker than their regular offering, and I hear it's delicious. I may or may not be going to go get one tomorrow. We'll see. I may stop by the Total Wine down on State Line. So that's a new one that is. Front end Yeyo is probably going to be very reasonable. And Yeyos are always more expensive because there's less of that of the juice in the barrel, so it costs more, and it has to be, and Yeyo has to be over a year old. It's 1 to 3 years old, so you lose a lot due to angel share evaporation inside the barrel, so there's less to bottle, but it seems like El Yeyo produces a lot of juice. So keep a lookout for that. It should be, I'm going to say it's going to be around the $100 range, which is a little high. But if you go for name brands in that, it's not that far off. So anyway, that's not the whole reason I'm here. My whole reason I'm here is, chicken tacos. InBottle Aging. Update. So my first bottle that I have put a stave in that was seasoned with Frey Ranch bourbon has reached this color. So if I was going for a reposado, we are here in 4 days. This is the color. I have not tasted it. I'm not going to taste it because I want this to go longer. I'm looking to do an Yeyo with this. So I'm expecting a little deeper color than that. This is about the same color, and you can't see because my hat's in the way. There is a bottle of, yeah, you can, because it's over there, right there. You can't see what color it is. This is about the same color as the Hoven. So we're close. No cigar yet. So this is going to stay as it sits for, we'll start basically another 4 days, and we'll see where we're at then. But we have gone from completely clear to a really nice reposado in 4 days. So continuing on with that. And so I finished my seasoning on my French oak stave. If you remember what it looked like before, now we're with that sherry. We are really dark. And this is kind of what I was looking for. So, no further ado, let's crack this bottle open and insert the stave. Looking forward to Thursday night's bottle share. I think it's going to be a fun event for everybody. It's just, there we go. Well, let's just take a little bit out. I mean, I'm going to taste some. There we go. That's a little taster. Okay. So, here we go. Stick in bottle. We're going to let that just, I don't know if you can see. I don't think I can make you see that because there's not enough. You can see it bobbing in the top and down in the. So that's where we're gonna let that just sit there and soak. I'm gonna put a little bit more string in there. I'm using dental floss, specifically because it's water resistant. Okay, so we're all the way in, and you can kind of see that it's through the top here. It's completely clear. You can see my face, and you can see a little bit on the bottom. So we are going to let this sit. Honestly, I'm anticipating quick dark colors in a short amount of time. This is a test before I do a more expensive bottle of Blanco tequila. My goal with the French oak and the PX sherry is to somewhat replicate a Cascaween private barrel that I have purchased and that I drank about 3/4, maybe closer to 2/3 of, and I have just a little left. But I want to experiment with this before I go buy a new French oak stave or two, and buy a couple bottles of Cascaween Plata 48. It's above the normal for the bottle of Repo that I have. It was at 44%. We'll be going a little higher than that. But that's the base juice that it's based on. I probably won't proof it down just because I don't need to. 94 is not a bad proof point for drinking. It's 88%. The Repo that I have, it's 88% with the French oak ex sherry barrel. So, ow, that hurts. Forgot where I was going. Anyway, I'm going to try this is the test. I want to do it on a whole bottle of tequila. This is good tequila. It's not. Well, it's close. It's really close to what I want. Other than this is Tahona Ground. That's not. It's Roller Mill. This is my trial. This is my test bed. That's half the price. So you see where I'm going. We want to test on something cheaper, and then work our way to the actual Plata 48 from Cascaween, and then age it with a French oak that has been seasoned in PX sherry. So that is the goal, and we'll see where that ends up. I don't have a clue. I really don't. A lot of this I do. I mean, I have an idea what's going to happen. I know that for me, because I pre-season instead of just dropping wood staves that are unseasoned, that didn't, that aren't part of an old barrel into tequila. I want them to have what if they were part of a barrel, what was in that barrel, and so that's where I'm going with that. But again, Thursday night, 6 p.m., 16th, bottle share, Old Shawnee Pizza, open to the public. Bring your favorite bottle or 2 or 3. I am going to, like I said, I will post probably multiple times in this short little video the old ad and the new ad that we've put out to promote this. We're looking for a nice crowd. I really hope so. Bottle shares are fun anyway. People bring bottles they've been collecting for a while to share with, or eclectic things that you can't get, special things you can't get here in the Kansas City area. A couple of those are what I'm bringing. I know there's going to be other ones from other people that are bringing, at least, bring at least a bottle. I know sometimes we have, Jamie usually brings about 3 or 4. I'm bringing 5. I have no idea what CJ's bringing. It could be that much or more than likely. I'm going to say it's probably about 3. But that's where we're at with that. And so other things. Mary Carmen is doing and if you don't know who Mary Carmen is, she's a good friend of mine from St. Louis, Missouri. She does a Zoom call. We on a Monday this week or this month. Hold on, let me bring it up real quick. Yes, it's on a Monday. On Monday the 27th. If you check out Mary Carmen Ortiz Conway on Facebook and or Instagram, we are going to do, and this is part of the reason why I'm doing this, is because we are going to do a Zoom call with Yeyo. And John Bollinger, who is the CEO and president of Yeyo Tequila, will be on with us and answering questions and kind of maybe talking about what's coming up and what's new coming out from Yeyo Tequila. I'm hoping I'm done with this by then, and hopefully I should be. Maybe not. Yeah, I probably should be. I think so by then, because that's about 2 weeks away. And those are always fun, because we have people that join the Zoom call, and the Zoom call's free to anybody who wants to join. They said, check out. She will have a link for the Zoom, and you can come and you can show your face or not show your face. But we've had large groups come in for this, and this is another good one to come see, because you get to see people from all over the country that come together and celebrate the agave. They celebrate the tequila, and it's a fun thing to do. So, making this short because we're done, except for one thing: drinking some tequila. Oh, wow. I love this stuff. Cooked agave. Got a vegetal note. Some minerality. That's just on the nose. This is at 104 proof. So I'm going to take a quick sip. Get the old mouth ready. That's got 104 proof. It's nice. It's got some, it's got some pep to it. General first notes, vegetal, a little jalapeno, like just not spicy, just the vegetal part of it, kind of to a point. A little pepper on the back. Really nice. Cling to the glass because I don't have much in there. Wow, that's just a really nice smelling tequila. Cooked agave. Nice water selection. Because this is not diluted at any point, but you get a minerality to it from probably a deep well water or deep spring water. That is really good. Get that vegetal note. Hint of lime zest. There's no pepper to the back of the palate. There's more anise. Just a faint hint of it. Really, really good. Suarte to me, overall, I've had every expression, including some of their single barrel reposados. Really good. I actually have a little bit of their extra in Yeyo up on the shelf in behind some other stuff that I've been saving, but they have a really good quality Blanco at 80 proof that is perfect from, either for sipping or for putting into mixed drinks. The Repo is a very light, not a very long aged reposado. So you still get a lot of the Blanco, notes along with it, just a hint of oak that comes along with it and gives you some of that barrel aging in a very light form. Let's see, and then of course there's the in Yeyo. It's a little bit darker, a little more barrel notes. A little more light fruit. It just brings all that, that just brings that out. Some baking spices on it. Suarte is a very good and a very budget-friendly tequila. This is their high proof. It's still strength. 104. This is $60. Yeah, if you can find it in Kansas City, great. Not likely. But if you can find it, perfect. If you can't, it's okay. You can order it directly from Suarte. They have a retail partner, couple of them, that will then ship it to your home. And keep your eye out with them, because you buy enough together at one time, the shipping's free. So, hey. Let's see. Bought a bottle today online. It'll come here shortly. It's a bottle that I'm just restocking some of my Fortaleza bottles, and I found one at a reasonable price today. So I went ahead and purchased it. The price, of course, the price of agave now is just so up. Tequila, high quality tequilas are commanding a premium price. I did not pay much over because I have to take into account I'm also paying for shipping. So if you deduct the shipping, and even if it was flat rate shipping, I paid about what retail price is for this bottle. And I got a bottle of Fortaleza Still Strength for about $100. It was more than that because I had to pay for shipping, and that's all included in the price. So that's coming. Don't know when. It should be probably in process by Thursday as far as what direction it's going, and probably be headed this way by Friday. So I'll get it sometime next week. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it other than put it on the shelf. I have at least one other one that's unopened. So maybe we'll do an InBottle. I don't know. I've got many other InBottle aging projects I would like to do that do not include Fortaleza. But never rule it out. I may want to try to make me another single barrel Reposado. And like I did, oh, good Lord. It's been a while back. But I did make one. It was really good. Actually, I made a couple of them. And trying to remember which one. I think that was the one I did with Eagle Rare. American Oak Stave that was seasoned in Eagle Rare. So, hey, at the Big Tech bottle or Big Tech barrel that we use to make a Fortaleza single barrel Reposado out of, it was really good. That's why it didn't last long. And then, that was all leading up to trying to make my own version of a winter blend using American oak, French oak, and a cherry wood stave. That I used a mixture of, I'm not sure which bourbon I used for that, but it was a high proof bourbon. And then I went and got some Bordeaux wine, and the wood stave that's here in this was that stave that I soaked for 5 days in Bordeaux wine. Pulled it out, dried it off, let it dry out, and then dropped it into a bottle that had the right amount of tequila I wanted it to be. I'd already pre-tested. I did a lot of testing to make the winter blend. I used other tequilas at a lower price point to figure out how much of each one I wanted. And that worked out great. That was really delicious too. Basically, it was a 3-barrel blend. I think it was 40. Yeah, I think it was 40, and 20 percent. 40% American oak, 40% French oak, and 20% cherry. And the cherry, I couldn't think of what to put in with the cherry. So I used rye whiskey. And that really, really, really turned out well. Of course, none of that left either. So we enjoyed it. Well, here's the thing: we're doing it in still strength, we're not trying to age any more, get some more flavors out of a winter blend. That's way too much money. But for a third of the price or a quarter of the price, I was able to make my own 3-barrel blend, and it worked out really well. So moving on, I want to drink some more tequila before we quit. So what I have on the desk is some Fortaleza Repo, and pour a little bit of this into the glass. Do a little toast. Get ready for this Thursday, and then on the, what did I say that was, the 26th, 27th, with Mary Carmen and Yeyo Tequila on a Zoom. Again, Mary Carmen Ortiz Conway on Facebook and Instagram. Please go like and get into her group, because she will send out notices on both of those platforms on when the Zoom call is, what the passcodes are. please come and join us. I think you will be surprised the amount of people that show up and the conversations that go on, because there's a very large amount of enthusiasts across the country that will be joining in, one, in the Q&A sessions after the introduction, and just, and we usually stick around after it's over for a while and just discuss whatever the topic of the day is. John may hang on and play with us for a while, or he's a very busy guy, so he may go and just be us and Mary Carmen and some guys all over the country, from New York and New Jersey, South Carolina, North Carolina. I know we have Michigan comes in, some St. Louis people come in, Kansas City people. We'll also have probably some guys from Chicago. There may be a guy from Chicago, or a couple of people from Chicago, Colorado. I know one of the guys from Thirsty Amigos usually comes and joins in with us. And then, of course, there's the guys from the West Coast. And just really, it's a fun time. So, ending this on a high note. But anyway, you drink good tequila, it'll be good to you. Salud. And we'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye.